Hi, and welcome back. Today I am going to be showing you around my forever island, Flamingo. Something that I see a lot here on YouTube is that most of the Animal Crossing content creators, when they start an island, they start over from the very beginning with a brand new island, new everything, and then they have to work their way back up to where they were. So I thought I would show you how I do rebuilding on my forever island. So I've had this island for 4+ years. It has always been the same island. It's my forever island. Um, but I do redo it um, every couple of months just to try something new. So I thought I might show you basically just how rebuilds on forever islands go. And I'm sure there's a lot of you who do it this way, but maybe if you're somebody who thinks that anytime you redo, you have to start over from scratch from the beginning, that this just gives you an idea of how basically to start over midway through, if that makes sense. I hope I make sense. Um, so I've already started picking up items. I haven't quite deleted all the pathing yet. You'll see I've picked up some new codes, and when you get a new code and replace it, anything that had the old code in that space will regenerate with whatever your new code was. So you can see I've picked up all the items in here just about because I'm going to be redoing my main area. I've torn down my waterfall because I'm not going to need one over here. I haven't demolished the bridge yet, but I'm going to be getting to that. I have kept everything for my 3 pigs because I really kind of like this build, and I don't know if I want to change it for my new island. And I think it's perfectly fine to just rebuild parts of your island and not necessarily have to redo every single square inch to make it into something new. So the last iteration of Flamingo, before I started tearing everything down, was just kind of a norm core island build. It had this huge area right here that was a flower garden that led up to the museum. The museum is still there, but I've torn everything else down. Everything is in storage. I saved some of the flowers that were here. I trashed most of them. The only flowers I never trash are these. So I always keep all of those. So what do you do with all your stuff when you're clearing out such a huge space? So let's look at the map real quick so you can see. Everything over on, where's the museum? Is that, nope, 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 nope. There we go. Everything over on this side and where the 3 pigs are down below has been cleaned out. And you'll see I have made a grid marking out my acres. An acre is 16 by 16. So I have done the grid using the sand code on the ground just to kind of bleh, um, try to keep track of the space that I'm working in. I've seen a lot of people doing that. Oh, what's it called? It's an acre challenge where each acre of your island is something different, and you like roll the dice, and it's very interesting, and it's something that I would like to try at some point. But right now, I just really want to see if I can try to make each acre contain something interesting. Um, Yeah. I don't really want a whole lot of empty space on my new island. What I'm going for theme wise this time around is a campground. I'll probably doing some time traveling because I kind of want it set in summer when most people go camping, and I want it to be kind of a cross between state park campgrounds. If you're in the U.S., you know what a state park campground kind of looks like. There's a small area for camping with your camper vans, for your RVs, for your travel trailers, um, and then usually an area with cabins so that you can always rent a cabin if you don't own some sort of, you know, trailer, RV, etc. And then usually there's a lot of like open area hiking trails, biking trails, walking trails. Um, a lot of them usually have like lakes for fishing, canoeing. Um, Down in Florida, like paddleboarding. Some of the coast ones have that. Some of the ones with the rivers have the paddleboarding. Some of them have horse trails. So it's just kind of like this huge multi-acre mixed use area, and I kind of want to make sure that I'm using my acreage wisely. So I'm going to see if marking it out this time allows me to do that. So I'm going to be working in that area first, from the museum all the way down to my pigs here, Agnes, Gala, and Peggy. And I want that area that's marked off to go ahead and be my campground area. So I'm thinking of leaving my pigs there so that they can have the beachside cabins. And I think that might work out really nice. I'm thinking of having where Nan is, having that, what would that be, west side, um, river mouth opening in the sea area, continue down to where Nan's house is and turn that whole acre, or the majority of that acre, into like a lake of some sort where I can put in a ferry build so that all these RVs and vehicles have a way to get onto the island from other places, and then have a road leading from that into the campgrounds. I would like to turn some of the um, resident houses, the pink ones, into like, um, oh, what's it called? Park builds, I guess. Like, you know, the restaurants, the shops, things like that that you would normally see near the entrances to some of these parks. And then maybe some of the villager houses, not the pigs, but the other villager houses, maybe have them just as a regular neighborhood outside of the park grounds. Because a lot of times you will see, if you've never been to one, um, neighborhoods leading up to the entrance of these state parks, because it's, you know, it's surrounded by public land, so people live there. But that's kind of the thought now, so we'll see how that progresses. So anyway, again, back to what do you do with all your stuff? Well, I put all of my stuff into storage. I have the maximum amount of storage. So after you have paid off your house, you've gotten all the additions, they give you one more upgrade for additional storage. And it's, oh, let me see. I think it's, where are we? Yes. Put something away so I can see how much is in there. Yeah, it gives you 5,000 spaces of storage. And then, like, that's the max. You can't get anything more after that. And you'll see I'm very close to hitting my max because I save everything. Because once you have it, why get rid of it, because then you have to make it again, buy it again, and that's just a waste of money, in my opinion. So for the flowers and things, flowers, trees, bushes, you can't put in storage. So what I do is I go to a part of the island that I'm not going to be working on yet, and I store everything here. So here was the parts of the flower garden, the one that had one of every flower, and you'll see they've started growing. So I have some of these have more than one of their color because they've sprouted new ones. But these are one of every flower in this area here. And then throughout, I've just been putting the, what are these again? Lily of the Valley? Yeah, Lily of the Valley is just where I can get them to fit. Over here, where I had my little camping with cave thing, storing all my trees here, putting them as close together to try to save space. Here are all my all of my bushes that I've saved, and I'm surprised I didn't have more. I think maybe I used to have more and I got rid of some, and these are what I've kept. And then again, just dumping a ton of flowers because I haven't quite decided if I want to do a color scheme or if I want to do all the flowers, because I kind of like when you have all the flowers on the island. I think the colors are nice. But then I see these other ones where they're only using like 2 or 3 flowers, and it's really, really nice. And like one day I hope to be that disciplined to stick to 2 or 3 flowers of, 2 or 3 colors, and do a whole island so that everything's all nice, matchy color palette wise. But I don't know if that's going to be something I do this time. And if it is, then I will just trash the extras. And then if I decide that later on I need something of another color, that's why I keep all of these, my flower of every color, because then I can just do the golden watering can and separate that flower out, time travel a bit, and then just get a bunch of it. And there's Nan helping out. Thanks. Yeah, I get more of that flower. So as long as I have one of each, they're pretty easy to propagate into more. So this is what an in-progress island looks like. Just full of flowers and trees and bushes and storage stuff that I haven't quite picked up yet because I'm not to this area yet. I only really clear out the section that I'm going to be working on at that time. And then once I'm able to place a bunch of stuff here, because I've sorted it out, then I will open room and storage and be able to just keep cycling through, putting in and getting out of storage so that I'm never completely full and have to throw something out. A lot of people will move their buildings, all of them, to the beach to just have it wide open, and place the buildings as they go. I feel like if you move them to the beach and then you move them to where you want them to go, you're paying twice. So I try to just move them once. So I kind of tend to build around them, and then when I know where I want them to go, I'll move them there. And there are times when I do move them to the beach just because I have no clue what to do with that building at that time, and then I'll move it. But it's expensive, y'all. And if I can't get to one of those treasure islands to like stock up on money, like, man, that's a lot of fishing and selling and stuff that you got to do to make enough money to be moving these villager houses and these other buildings around all the time. So anyway, that is what a in progress Forever Island switchover changeroo looks like. Oh, hello, Fauna. So yeah. So how do you redo your islands? Do you do it like this, where you just like erase part of your island? Yeah, I'll get to you in a minute, Fauna. Where you erase part of your island at a time and build as you go, or do you do like some of the other people we see on YouTube where they completely wipe out the island or just totally start new? Because I'd be interested to know who has Forever Islands and how they do that. All right, so, well, okay, what do you need, Fauna? A new nickname. Kind of like the one I have. Because they always want to change it into something weird. Okay, anyway. So anyway, thanks for stopping by and taking time to see me today. I can't wait to see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye.